Good afternoon everyone, hope you're all doing well. First off, I just wanted to apologise for the lack of content of late. As you all know, there are lockdowns and everything in place, which means that getting out and about is a little bit difficult. What I've had to do is basically set up a little studio in my conservatory. So what I'm planning to do, and you can see all these bits here, is to do a little bit of macro photography. Alright, and I will say is that because I'm in the conservatory, the outside is just there. So you're possibly going to hear a lot of random noises. Hopefully there won't be too many loud noises. So for today I have got my camera and I've got a macro lens. I've had this for quite a while. Used it on and off, but once I got into the landscape photography, it's sort of taken a back seat. Now, for photography, for macro photography, you don't necessarily need a macro lens, although they're really handy. I have also got these, which are, if you can see those, extension tubes. You fit them in between the camera and the lens, and this allows you to turn a normal lens into a macro style lens. They're really handy, really good if you want to just get started and you don't want to spend a massive amount on macro lenses. So definitely worth a try if you need to. The other things I've got a bunch of flowers behind you, so I'm going to try and use some flowers. I've got leaves and other bits in the garden. I've got some some bowls. So basically I'm going to try and use water, and I've got one of these, which is a syringe, to try and do a bit of droplet photography. I've also got some food colouring, so I can turn the water a different colour if I want to. And then a mix of other bits and bobs. I've got a booklet full of colourful backgrounds, so hopefully what I can do is use refraction within the water droplet with the backgrounds behind it so that I can get them in the little droplets. I've also got a tablet, so if you don't have anything that you can use as like a paper background or flowers as a background, if you've got a tablet, which I'm sure many of you have, then what you can do is, if you don't have your own picture, you can get something like that. Let's try it, there we are. You can get something like that, and that will basically work as a background as well. And then the only other thing that I need is one of these, which it's not going to focus. There we are. Hopefully that's focused. Is basically a soldering stand with some crocodile clips on the end. And the other thing which I've realised is not here is a torch. So you don't need a massive lighting setup or anything like that. You can just use a torch to light up the background or light up your subject, and it allows you to be a bit more precise with what it is you're trying to do. What I'll do is I'll get started and I will talk you through what it is I'm trying to do. Okay, so what I've done is I've kept it simple for now, and all I've done is taken a flower, and feel free to drop a comment below just to tell me which flower it is. But the way the petals work, you've got a group in the centre and then the ones around the outside. And what I've noticed is the ones in the centre can almost sort of cup a bead of water. So what I've done is I've taken a syringe and I've just dropped some droplets, or put some droplets in to each or a few of these little petals. So what I'm doing is I'm going to move it as close as I can. I'm going to take a shot and then just see what that comes out like. So I'll take that and I will pop it up on screen for you. Okay, so using the same flower, what I've done is I've taken off one of the petals, and I'm now going to use the syringe and I'm going to try and place, I'm going to say maybe 3 droplets on the petal, and then the idea, this hopefully will work, is that by placing the flower behind the petal as close as it is, I'm going to get the image of the flower refracted into the water droplets. At least that's the plan. So I'm going to try and do that and then set up the shot, and I'll show you what it is I'm doing. So it looks like it's all good. So the next thing, without moving anything, is to try and get the water droplets onto the petal. Now this is going to be easier said than done. It's not, especially getting through. One of them is not too bad. If I was only doing one droplet, it wouldn't be too bad, but I'm trying to do 3. So I've managed to get all 3 on, and this is where I've got to be really, really careful. And the good thing is I can see the flower in the droplets. Okay, right, let's try that. So, I mentioned earlier that I had a torch. So, one of the ones that I've got is one that you can change the spread of the light. So, can you see it? Oh, there we are. So on here, at the moment, I can set the spread as wide as it can be, and then I can reduce that into a finer spread. So what I'm going to do here is, if I'm going to light up the flower behind it, try not to light up the petal in front too much, and then I'm going to take the shot, and that should make the flower behind a bit more prominent in the actual water droplet. Okay, brilliant, that's come out quite nice. Okay, so for the life of me, there is one catch light on one of the drops that I cannot for the life of me figure out where that is. I'm sure it's coming from over this way somewhere, but no matter what I do, I can't work out how to get rid of it, so I may have to do something about that in post. But what I'll do is I'll leave this set up for now, and I will try something a little more daring. I've got some nice bright orange flowers that I can actually use in a second as well, but that's going to involve a lot of water and a bit of fiddling like this, but a little more, a little more so. So I'll get that set up and take a look at these images. Let me know what you think, and I will come back to you in a sec. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to go a bit daring, and I've got a bowl of water. I've set up the clamps with a blade of grass inside the water, so basically it comes out one end, in the other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and place the flower right behind it, and then I'm going to place some droplets on top of the blade of grass. So I'm going to try and get that set up, and I will show you what it is I'm doing. Okay, so I've now got it all set up. So I've got the 3 drops on a blade of grass in the water. I've got the flowers sat behind, and what I've realised is I've gone and set up this in a way that it hasn't actually worked the way I wanted it to. I was hoping for a reflection in the water, but I think it might just be a little too bright for that to work. I've still got a nice shot regardless, where I've got the blade of grass coming up over the water. So it's going to come up as like an arch with the 3 beads of water on there, and then the flower in the background. So I'm going to take the shot, I'm going to stick it up, and let me know what you think. Okay, so hopefully those images came out okay. You'll know before I do. This is the first time doing a macro photography setup in this sort of manner, so Apologies if it's a little bit janky. Hopefully if I do another one it will be a little bit better, and I'll hopefully not have to worry about the sunlight too much. If you like the images, like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you, so by all means leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more videos, then hit the subscribe button. I hope everyone's alright, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.